Good afternoon, YouTube. It is Friday, the 12th of July, 2014, 2:20 p.m. Friday afternoon. I don't think I shook that enough. Cheers. So yeah, phone is back on earlier than expected. I'm just wondering the height of this camera. Should I raise it up a bit? I know it can't really go any higher. Yeah, forget it. Yeah, so phone back on earlier than expected. Wife wanted to talk to me on the phone. I saw her in person, which was nice. Saw our daughter, which was nice. Saw my wife's nephew, which is nice. Well, technically he's my nephew as well. My nephew by marriage. So that was nice. I'm thinking we need to get a microwave though. Microwave for the house. We don't really have the money. Oh well. Microwave ready meals tend to dry out in the oven. If they're in the oven for a long time, and especially if they're uncovered. They're not really meant to put the plastic containers in the oven. Especially the ones that don't have oven instructions. Garden's going okay. Skip is basically full. There was a box that I was going to put in the skip. Decided to tear it up and put it in the blue bin. Put the polystyrene in the black bin. Keep thinking about a therapist I had once called Philip. And he said to me, he said, some people just make their lives so hard for themselves. Yeah, some people just make themselves make things so hard for themselves. I think he was referring to me as well. Well, me, yeah. But that was his way of saying it as not to offend or trigger. And when someone is so wounded, it can be easy to trigger them if they're not able to manage their emotions. Then when I think about it, one thing I realized is, for the time that I did have my phone off, which has it been maybe just, was a week and a half? I can't remember exactly, but. And I've been doing meditation. Yesterday I did half an hour walking and half an hour sitting. Today I haven't done anything yet. But this now is sort of meditative in the sense that I can feel the emotions. And what I realize is the emotions can't really be controlled. There is no real agent, no self that's in control. There's just experience. The mind just does its thing. And if things could happen in any other way than they have happened, they would have done. when people ask, should this have happened, should that have happened? If it shouldn't have happened, then it wouldn't have happened. So if it all happened, then it happened. It's painful. It happened exactly how it should. Because that's how it happened. Predeterminism, maybe? It's not to say that we can't improve our lives, that we can't improve our intellect or improve our way of dealing with people or improve our morality. But it's not really us doing it. It's an illusion. It happens by itself. All we can do is watch, observe. And then when we see what happens in the mind, we don't have to add more to it. We see the daily cycles of fear arises at a certain time, anger arises at a certain time, calm arises at a certain time. And it's all constantly changing. It can't be pinned down. It's constantly evolving. So my therapist said about understanding the self. You can't really ever know the self. It can't be pinned down. It's constantly evolving. It's fluid. But then I would take that one step further and say the self doesn't exist. The self is an illusion. That's why it can't be pinned down. If it was static, if there was a permanent state if life was static, if the body didn't age, the body didn't die, the earth didn't fall apart, the sun didn't burn out, if it was all static, then you could say we had a self, maybe. A permanent agent that was in control. But it's not static. It's constantly changing. Like right now, the thoughts that I'm having are constantly changing. Emotions are constantly changing. Feelings in the body are constantly changing. And it's not something that can be learned intellectually. It has to be experienced. To fully know it, to fully know what's happening moment to moment. It's not intellectual. It's too quick to be intellectual. Quick-witted people, they can be intellectual. Funny people, but it's not the same as seeing moment to moment experience. Some people are caught up in cycles of revenge. I was caught up in that cycle for a long time. I wanted to get back at people. I wanted to hurt people that had hurt me. I wanted to transfer that pain to somebody else. But it never helped. Just made the pain worse. And layered on guilt to that pain. hurt them, they hurt me. That's why I decided even though I'm hurt, at times I feel rage, vengeful. But the feelings pass, the emotions pass. Life itself passes. There's a few comments about the video that I uploaded of the EE guy. And they're right. I did make a problem out of nothing. I could have ignored it, just not answered the door. But because I wasn't facing what I needed to face, and I was repressing it, and the threshold for anger got less and less. And I was already in an angry, almost raging state mentally when he knocked on the door. That part of the video I wish I had filmed. Or rather, that part I wish I'd filmed. Would have held myself more accountable. So I opened the door, and I was already angry. And then I started to disassociate. My eyes rolled off. And then I could sense his judgment. It's like, yeah, da-da-da-da, yeah, just about this, yeah. And at that point, I was triggered. Because it was a reminder of every time I've been looked down upon, every time I felt judged, misunderstood, hurt, shamed, humiliated. So I shamed and humiliated him. Did it make me feel any better? No. Just gave me another thing to feel guilty about.